Francis Michael Duff, popularly known as Frank Duff to all, was born in Dublin, Ireland on 7th June 1889. He was the oldest of 7 children to John Duff. The wealthy family lived in the city at St. Patrick's Road. At that time, Ireland underwent major highs and lows economically. People were suffering from starvation. Children were dying. Families were left homeless by their landlords, and people were misplaced and killed by the First World War. People started moving out of Ireland due to these problems. Frank's siblings died at a very young age. In fact, all his siblings died before him, and he was with them at their last hours. This had a profound effect on Frank.
Pope Saint John Paul was very cautious about elevating the laity in terms on canonization. Frank was a simple, humble layman with no theological qualifications. His family was spiritual. In his 20s, his spiritual life had grown so strong, so much so that he decided to go for Mass and continued it to the rest of his life. Soon he started attending Mass twice a day. He had an extraordinary devotion to the Holy Eucharist. People those days didn't pray, but Frank spent hours praying. In 1913, at the age of 24, a friend of Frank asked him to join the Society of Saint Vincent de Paul. It was at this time that Frank Duff saw the misery of the people. One day during his visit, he entered the house of a prostitute, and knowing where he was, he thought of getting out at once. He went to meet a local priest and asked him to come down and talk to these women. He started little soup kitchen so they could earn a living and live a better life. Soon he convinced these women to join the convent, and most, if not all, joined and became nuns.
Duff is known for changing many lives in Dublin. There was alcoholism, poverty, prostitution, among others. In the year 1916, Duff published his first pamphlet, Can We Be Saints? In it, he expressed the conviction that all without exception are called to be saints.
Inspired by Saint Louis Marie de Montfort's true devotion to Mary, he founded the Legion of Mary. Along with a group of Catholic women, as well as Michael Tyrrell, a priest of the Dublin Archdiocese, Duff formed the first branch of what was to become the first presidium of the Legion of Mary.
On 7th November 1980, Duff attended a funeral of a very dear friend of him, John Cronin. He was one of the greatest envoys of the Legion. When he returned home, he refused to have lunch when his housekeeper asked him, and went to the room. Later, when the housekeeper went to see him, he was dead. His head was facing up to a large picture of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. His eyes were still open. Duff died at the age of 91 on 7th November 1980 in Dublin, and was interred in that city's Glasnevin Cemetery. In July 1996, the cause of his canonization was introduced by Cardinal Desmond Cornell.
Today, the Legion of Mary has an estimated 4 million active members and 10 million auxiliary members in close to 200 countries, almost every diocese in the Catholic Church. It is by the great works of the early legionaries and the envoys like Edel, Mary Quinn, Alfonso Lambe, among others, that have helped the Legion grow throughout the world.